Marvin Minsky was a very smart man who loved to think about how the mind works. He was born in 1927 in New York, USA. From a young age, he was curious about many things, especially how people think and solve problems. His interest in the mind began when he was just a boy. He often wondered why people could think, remember, and solve problems, but machines could not. As he grew older, he decided to study science and technology because he wanted to learn more about how the brain works. Minsky went to college at Harvard University, where he studied mathematics. He was very good at it and enjoyed learning about numbers and logic. But soon, he became interested in something even more exciting: computers. At the time, computers were very new, and few people knew how they could be used. Minsky thought that computers could be made to think in a way similar to humans. He wanted to know if it was possible to make machines that could think like people. In the 1950s, Minsky started working at a place called the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT. MIT was a famous university where many people worked on new ideas in science and technology. It was here that Minsky began to develop his ideas about artificial intelligence (AI). Artificial intelligence is the study of how to make machines think and learn. Minsky believed that AI could help us understand the human mind better and even make machines do things that humans do, like solving problems or making decisions. One of Minsky's big ideas was that the mind is like a machine made of many parts. He thought that the brain was not just one thing, but many different parts working together. This idea helped him explain how people can do different tasks like seeing, hearing, and remembering things. He believed that a machine could do similar things if it had many different parts working together, just like the human brain. This idea was very important because it gave people a way to think about how machines could be designed to think like humans. Minsky wrote a famous book called The Society of Mind, where he explained his ideas. In the book, he said that the mind is made up of many small agents or parts that each do a simple job. These agents work together to help us think, learn, and solve problems. Minsky used this idea to explain how machines could be made to think. He believed that by putting together many small parts, we could make a machine that could learn and solve problems in the same way that people do. The idea was that, just like the human brain, a machine could have many parts that each handle different tasks, and by working together, the machine could think and learn. Minsky's ideas were different from what most people believed at the time. Many scientists thought that it would be impossible to make machines think like humans. But Minsky believed it was possible. He believed that with the right technology, machines could learn, reason, and even become creative. Minsky thought that we could use AI to solve many problems and make our lives easier. Minsky also worked on many projects with other scientists and engineers. One of the most famous projects was called the Shaky robot. Shaky was a robot that could move around and make decisions based on what it saw. It could also solve simple problems, like finding its way through a room. Shaky was one of the first robots to use AI, and it showed how machines could be made to think and learn. The robot used cameras and sensors to understand the world around it. By processing the information, Shaky could figure out where it was and how to move to a different place. This was a big step forward in the field of robotics and AI. Throughout his life, Minsky taught many students and helped them learn about AI. He was a teacher at MIT, and many people came from all over the world to study with him. He was known for being a kind and patient teacher who always encouraged his students to think in new ways. Many of his students went on to become important scientists and engineers in the field of AI. Minsky believed that teaching was an important way to share his ideas and to inspire the next generation of thinkers. Even though Minsky was known for his work in artificial intelligence, he also believed that there were still many questions to answer. He thought that we were just beginning to understand how the brain works, and that there was still a lot to learn. He believed that AI could help us answer some of these questions and make the world a better place. Minsky thought that by studying the brain and understanding how it works, we could build better machines and create technology that would benefit society. In the 1970s, Minsky worked on another important project called the theory of the mind. In this project, he tried to understand how people think and learn. He wanted to know how the brain could solve problems and make decisions. He believed that by studying the brain, we could build better machines and also understand more about ourselves. His work focused on the idea that the mind is not a simple thing, but made up of many parts that work together. These parts are like small pieces of a puzzle that each do a different job, and together they help us think and solve problems. Minsky also worked on the idea of teaching machines how to think like people. He believed that a machine could learn from experience, just like a person does. He thought that if we could teach machines how to learn, they could do many things, like help doctors diagnose diseases, or help teachers teach students. Minsky believed that the future of AI could be very exciting and that machines could make our lives easier and more fun. He also believed that we could use AI to make the world a better place by solving problems in areas like health, education, and the environment. In his later years, Minsky continued to work on AI and teach others. He wrote more books and gave many lectures about his ideas. He also spent time helping companies build AI systems. He believed that AI could be used in many ways to solve problems and improve the world. Even though Minsky passed away in 2016, his ideas still influence the field of AI today. His work has inspired many researchers to continue working on making machines that can think and learn. Minsky's work helped many people think about the future of technology and how it could change our lives. He showed that AI was not just about making machines do tasks, but also about understanding the mind and how people think. His ideas have inspired many scientists and engineers to keep working on AI, and his work continues to be an important part of the field. Today, many of the ideas that Minsky introduced are being used in developing advanced AI systems, such as self-driving cars, virtual assistants, and medical diagnosis tools. Marvin Minsky was a man who never stopped asking questions. He wanted to know how the mind works, how machines could think, and how we could use technology to make the world better. His ideas have changed the way we think about machines and the future. Today, many people continue to build on his work, and his influence can be seen in many areas of science and technology. Minsky's legacy will live on because of his hard work and his many ideas. He showed us that with curiosity, patience, and creativity, we can solve big problems and make new discoveries. And even though machines can do many things, Marvin Minsky believed that we should never stop learning about the most important machine of all, the human mind. Even though Minsky's work was focused on technology, he often reminded people that AI was not meant to replace humans but to help them. He believed that machines could be used to support people, help them solve problems, and make their lives better. Marvin Minsky's ideas changed the world in many ways, and his vision of intelligent machines still inspires us today.